Hello, everyone. This is a little Wi-Fi based clock. It's quite nifty, but where does this thing get its electricity? Connected by this wire, up, down, over to this Delta Tech Ops power supply, whose power cable goes down to this power strip, which goes to that outlet. But where's the electricity powering that outlet come from? Well, it comes from a transformer a couple doors down, and that electricity powering that transformer is coming from the 10 kilovolt power lines. But where does the electricity powering those lines go? Enter the map. This is a map of the electrical grid and the electricity facilities around Atlanta. So, there's a key down here that I drew myself. These different symbols represent different kinds of power plants: coal, natural gas, nuclear, and hydroelectricity. So, for me, most of the electricity that I would be using would be from here and here. So this is Plant Bowen. It is a coal-fired power station in Cartersville with a capacity of around 3,300 megawatts. Its electricity goes down the Bowen Big Shanty power line until it reaches this little dot over here, which is the Big Shanty substation in Kennesaw. And from there, its voltage gets stepped down to 230 kilovolts. And by the way, this is a 500 kilovolt transmission line. Steps down to 230 kilovolts and then goes to this little substation where it gets stepped down to around 12 kilovolts for neighborhood distribution. Electricity can also come from this plant over here, Plant McDonough Atkinson, which serves most of central Atlanta. It would go up here. It only has 230 kilovolt output because it's in a major urban area and doesn't really need 500 kilovolts. Electricity can come from basically anywhere, like from the Oconee nuclear station out in South Carolina. It can go down this line up to the Big Shanty substation and into there. Yeah, the electrical grid is pretty nice, and let's see if there's a hypothetical scenario if the Bowen Big Shanty power line encounters a short and is out of service. Well, that's no problem because electricity can still come from Plant Bowen up to the Villa Rica substation and then still get transported by the 230 kilovolt power lines to this area. Same thing with Plant McDonough Atkinson. It doesn't need the Bowen Big Shanty line, and it can still transmit all of its electricity through the same ways. And there are yet more power plants down here. There's the Robert W. Scherer power plant that's somewhere around here, and the Vogtle Electric Generating Station, which would be all the way down here, which is the largest power plant of any kind in Georgia and the largest nuclear power plant in the United States. It would just go up through the Robert W. Scherer line, go through some of these power lines all the way up to here, and then somewhere around here. And electricity can come from basically any one of these many power plants spread across this area and even outside of this area to power Atlanta. And this is the same for pretty much everything else. The electrical grid is a big, beautiful machine that should be respected at all costs and is absolutely amazing how this thing works. All of these power plants are synced to the exact same frequency, 60 hertz, and that is because all these power plants have run on turbines. Coal, natural gas, nuclear, and hydroelectricity all use turning turbines to make their electricity. There are bajillion solar plants just scattered around this area, but they don't run on turbines, and they're so small they can just basically be ignored. Uh, and the reason why is because they not only take electricity from the grid. No, they not only transmit electricity onto the grid, but they can also take the electricity from the grid and because they are synchronous motors, they will spin exactly the same frequency as the grid and be able to generate electricity as well as transmit it. Isn't that pretty cool?